Clarifying and defining what your nonprofit cause actually provides is key in distinguishing how best to market and communicate with the audiences you serve. In this Cahoots course, we'll discover the tools and techniques needed to differentiate your programs, products, and services from other organizations and ultimately establish your unique selling points and determine what it is you're really providing. We are often surprised when we discover a new client who has never considered what they're actually providing through the programs, products, and services they deliver. In almost every case, these clients have been missing huge opportunities to distinguish themselves and have unintentionally been selling themselves short with the audiences they could be serving. Or even worse, we see nonprofit organizations, ministries, and churches using gimmicks to draw attention to their cause, as this scenario typifies getting attention that isn't always favorable or helpful. So, what's with the feathers? And more importantly, it isn't necessary to use gimmicks once you learn the tools needed to celebrate the activities you conduct by identifying what makes yours worthwhile and notable. So, let us give you an example to help you get down to the bottom line of your mission, of what it is you're actually providing, your unique selling points. A unique selling point or proposition is a unique aspect of your organization or ministry's programs, products, or services. Our preference is to refer to them as unique selling points versus propositions because we serve nonprofits and faith based organizations, and a proposition can often have an unwanted connotation. But point or proposition are both correct in reference to a USP. A USP is an aspect that can set you apart from other nonprofits or often for profit businesses who provide similar offerings. Sometimes the fact that you are a nonprofit organization can be a quality that makes you different, like PBS, the public broadcasting service, a nonprofit, versus ABC, CBS, or NBC, which are for profit. We're going to start with understanding the need to identify USPs before we determine how to identify each of your program's products and services and consider what makes each distinctive. Your unique selling points can help you communicate or sell your organization's mission. In this case, the seller is you, a nonprofit organization, and you're more than likely not actually selling something, but you certainly are taking your programs, products, and services to a marketplace of some kind, and you probably want to make your nonprofit distinctive and not easily confused with others that are similar. So, just in case you haven't already taken our course on State Your Mission, we have a training that explains that. I need to share this example on how to know what you're really providing. This is probably one of the most important creative questions we ask clients, and it's far more difficult to answer this question than you may think. Getting to the bottom of this question is where we, as an agency, begin our creative process with a client. You can see pictured here somebody who is using a hand drill. For those of you who are in the US, and I think also internationally, hardware stores, or frankly now just about any kind of large box store, all have a department where you can go in and buy a hand drill. Now, if you're going to an actual hardware store like a Home Depot kind of thing, or Lowe's, or an Ace Hardware, when you go into these stores and into the section that sells hand drills, you will find, typically speaking, a wall of choices. You'll find hand drills that are cordless, lightweight, with multiple settings, different size bits, you name it. So, what is the core idea behind this hand drill? What does it actually provide? What a hand drill really provides is the capacity to make a hole. Respectfully, when we ask our nonprofit clients what they're really providing, we usually hear hope, faith, community. What these are actually is a feature or benefit of the programs, products, or services they provide. But most of those are pretty much universal, especially if you're a faith based organization, or even if you're not. It's true even if you're a community or a social cause. What you are really providing goes much, much deeper than that. And it really takes a thoughtful discussion to discover the whole, getting down to your nonprofit's core idea. And often, It's found in your mission. What you provide helps differentiate you. Again, your brand of ministry, your brand of nonprofit can be distinguished by determining what it is you really provide and communicating that with the audiences you serve.